Yo, what it do? What it do? Mic check, mic check. Mars bars on the ones and twos. What it do? but what's up with y'all? Gods and goddesses, maggots and maggots. Nah, I'm just playing. Just playing. But it's a nice day outside today. Sun shining, got some good light up in this mud. Up in this momo. But I want to talk about true transformation. And I want to talk about how that transformation begins. Now, dealing with this being in this physical reality, right? Change or the evidence of change is not always immediately apparent. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to look beyond the physical, beyond the surface, right? Because anybody could put on and act as if, they could do a few good deeds and it'll seem as if though, oh, this person has an open heart chakra, right? Or this person has true love in their heart, right? Got on the green for the heart chakra. But they can do a few outer acts, right? And you look at that person and you'll say, oh, they're so nice, they're so generous, so loving, so giving. But if the heart truly isn't in it, if your heart isn't truly open, right, then all that is really just for show, just for claps. Look at my hand. I was trying to hide it. just for snaps and likes, you know what I mean? But true transformation takes place in the heart. Now, like I said, the evidence of change won't be immediately apparent, right? Because we live in a physical 3D reality that is really, in my opinion, slow. It's slow to catch up. It's like when your computer starts buffering, or like you watch a video on YouTube and that little white line, the red line catches up to the white line before it gets all the way to the end of the video for the video to play all the way out. It's like that white line can be looked at as the spirit, the non-physical part, right? So say, you got clear, you got all your bars, everything's loading up readily, you're in a good place spiritually, right? You've been conditioning your spirit and getting your shit together, right? So your spirit is already lined up, right? So now it's already Like, so if you want to get something done, like whatever it is, so you think of something, you visualize something, right? It happens immediately in the spiritual realm, right? It's already loaded up. It's just that red line, your physical reality, has to catch up to what has already played out, right? So just because you see someone that, like, take myself for example, like if you were to come around me now, you would still see me doing some things that may not indicate a change on the external level, but I do feel in my heart that I am transforming, right? That I am, um, my heart is less, uh, it's being, how do I want to say it? Unhardened, thawed out, if you want to say, I don't know. I have a less hardened heart, I guess I would say. It's like I feel this area again, right? And I feel uh, more emotional about things now. Not as to say as if I have this attachment to these things, but I just feel differently in my heart about certain things now, right? Um, really, my immediate reality, I want to say, or myself. You know, it's mostly with self. It's really it's a journey all about self, right? So, even though you may see someone still doing some things like, say, drinking or smoking, these are basic examples, right? Whatever habits a person may have, um, that come from, I want to say, I guess lower nature or uh, human human like thinking, right? And then when a person has that true transformation of the heart and they step into the higher realms, which are, the higher chakras, or you would say the spiritual side of things, even, even though I would say, your lower chakras still have a higher and negative aspects, So, but when you step into that true spiritual transformation, that when you become, I don't want to say the Christ, so this is like, you know, but when you have that true transformation, that true transformation of the heart, and you step into, you seek spiritual things. You function from your spirit and not your ego. You function from your heart, right? There still may be, like I said, those physical things that you'll see, but that's only because the physical reality is slow with catching up with the spirit. So in your heart, you may not, I may not want to, keep smoking or, um, you know, drinking or whatever. Oh, this is a good one. Having sex with random, like, women, like, I'm done. Like, I stopped that shit, like, for real, like, because for one, I just stopped that shit. Fuck that shit. Excuse my language, but this is something that I had been feeling for a long time in my heart, like, I need it, like, like, but it took a while for my physical reality to catch up with it, and for me to just be like, nah, like, or if I feel like it ain't right, like, you know what I mean? I don't even try to go through all the obstacles and hurdles and the, deception and all that just to get some pussy. Like, I don't do that no more. But that is a true transformation of the heart, a transformation within, right? That is a breakthrough, right? For me, right? So don't really like knock yourself. If you know in your heart if you have transformed, if you changed, if you feel like you really, really, really don't desire those old things anymore. You know what I mean? You you get it. You get it. If you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. Like I said it. If you know, you know. But how does one begin this transformation, right? Well, I think that based on your thoughts and your feelings and the interplay of your subconscious mind, which creates your reality, right? If you, in your mind and in your heart, which is your thoughts and your feelings, they are aligned and they both, um, your thoughts are aligned with your feelings, right? And you have this desire to change, right? Your subconscious mind is gonna receive that information and therefore create the what is situations or the circumstances that will cause you to go through those changes, the inner change that you need to go through, um, or that well, yeah, I would say that you need to go through. But if you want to say the same, then that's on you. But true transformation, it happens within first. It always happens within. So you can't really judge someone all the time by how they look on the outside. You know, because that person's heart, if your eye isn't open and you don't really perceive that, you don't really pick up on that, you won't see that person's heart is really open, right? You may take them for granted. Poppycock. Yeah, it's the heart chakra. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see that. Heart chakra. It's all about that inner transformation. It's all about the invisible, the spiritual, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, right? And all these things will be added unto you, right? All these things, everything you're trying to obtain through your ego, all your fighting and tussling, like, you have to really come from a higher place. Like, there's really no other way to do it, you know, unless you want to keep going through the BS, you know. You have to truly, and that's part of that heart transformation too. Like, it's like your consciousness moves through, in a sense, moves through your heart, in a sense, from a physical perspective to a spiritual perspective. And that's part of where that feeling comes from, like that compassion for others, like, you know, that love for others. Those are spiritual energies. Like, love isn't like a human thing, like a humanity thing. Where you see what happens in humanity every day, like mass shootings, you know, rape, molestation, all that. So that love energy is of a higher uh, nature of consciousness in itself. It's a higher energy in itself, right? So when you have that true heart transformation and you shift to a more spiritual perspective and function from a spiritual place, a spiritual like consciousness, a spiritual consciousness, right? Uh, God-like consciousness, Christ-like consciousness, right? Then, where was I going with that? Yeah, shit. But, right, so then all those physical things are they'll just come to you, right? Because you've turned your eye to something higher. You function from a higher plane now. You function from the source. And if you're functioning from the source and everything comes from the source, then if you're in the source and tapped in with source, then you have everything and you are everything, right? That you could want, that you could think of, you know, that you could think of, you know. So move from a humane way of thinking, you know, being so egotistical and thinking that it's all you, because you do have a secret source, a secret power source. But yeah. So I know she calling to see what I want from the store, but I already told her what I wanted. But move away from, you know, your ego, and allow the love energy to flow through you. Allow, you know, your heart to be open, you know. And I think that's pretty much it. I would go deeper into it, but I'm gonna comment on back. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.